Hey everybody, welcome back. As you see, I'm kind of halfway through Mountain Moon already. That was because, unfortunately, this dude is going to interrupt me. Unfortunately, I lost some footage, but all you really missed is I got a star shard and, I don't know, I either got a star shard or a moonstone, either way. Yeah. Another rocket fight. This is the second one I've done, but this can obviously be the first one, because this is the first hole that I avoided. Again, he's using a sand shrew. Well, not again, because this is the first one you've seen. He's using, rockets usually use one of three Pokemon: Zubat, Sandshrew, or Rattata. None of these except for Zubat is particularly new to me, but I guess it should be worth mentioning that Sandshrew, if you have a grass type, is no problem. Rattata, use a fighting type, and Zubat, an electric type or a psychic type will be fine. Of course, the only psychic type you could probably get is if you have Butterfree and have Confusion, so, you know, to each his own. In this cave, if you go into the sandy areas, you can catch a Pokemon known as Paris. It's a pretty solid bug grass type. If the first Pokemon you got, was a Squirtle or a Charmander, and you need a solid grass type who also covers a bug type, it might be a good idea to pick up a Paris. Paris will evolve into Parasect, and this is the other one I was talking about, Zubat. Poison Flying evolves into, of course, Golbat, and in later games it would evolve into Crobat, but in this one it only goes up to Golbat. I'm sure there are other poison types you can probably go for, like Nidoran. Earlier in the game, and if you train them up, they'll probably be a little bit better. But hey, if you're into Zubat, or if you're a Brock fan, you know, might as well go pick one up. There was the star piece, the other one I picked up, I believe, I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, and I'm using repels now. The other Pokemon that you can find in here are no, I picked up a rare candy, that was it. The other Pokemon that you could find in here is a Geodude. And, I didn't fight this hiker, I might as well do it now. This will show off what Geodude looks like. Hiker Marcos. Yeah, Geodude, you've fought them before, Brock had one. Just a quick karate chop. If you want to capture one, it does evolve into a powerful Pokemon, but only through trade. So, if you could find someone with, what is it like? I believe it was the second generation of Pokemon games. That is Ruby, Emerald, Sapphire, Fire Red, and Leaf Green. If you could find someone with one of those games and you trade their Pokemon, or if you get Pokemon Coliseum, which can also work very nicely for that, you shouldn't have a problem trading your Pokemon. I do not have such resources, because this is an emulator. Although I could probably Game Shark it to evolve. In any case, Hiker is going to use Onix. Once again, I'm going to flip to, Bulb, who's getting very close to evolving, believe it or not. Pokemon, like Bulbasaur usually evolve at level 16. I believe there are some exceptions, but I believe the, level for evolution in this game was 16 for all the way through. And now Bulb is trying to learn Poison Powder, which, I actually do like. It'll actually learn Poison Powder and Sleep Powder right now, so if you want to keep both, that's fine. I prefer Poison Powder, because Sleep Powder, I can think of better Pokemon to teach Sleep Powder to. And since I intend to get a Psychic type sometime later in the game, or at least a Pokemon with Sing or Hypnosis. It's not that important for me to learn Sleep Powder. Over here you'll find an item, and in these sandy areas is where you'll find a Paris. The other one Pokemon that you could find here is a Clefairy, and if you want to find a Repel War-Off, if you want to find a Clefairy and raise it up, it's a pretty good normal type, and it evolves via Moonstone, which you also get here, to Clefable. So if you want a solid one that you could do, then that's fine. Grown-ups? You guys aren't grown-ups. You guys are evil guys. I have the right to meddle in your affairs. Ah, another Rattata. They usually seem to start off with Rattata. Apparently they don't know type help, because most of the time they'll be running into Geodudes here. And you would think at least one of them would catch a Geodude, or, well, they're obviously catching Zubats if they have them. I mean, what are these grunts, like, honestly, I understand if you're, like, trying to, if you're in a cave, you would think they would be trying to catch some Pokemon that are pretty strong. I mean, they could always catch a Geodude and just add to their team. Or just catch a bunch and make it hard for me. Anyway, as you see, Bulb is almost ready to evolve. That's probably going to happen in this video. Yeah, there's not much to say. Just a lot of running and my Repel's wearing off. Like I said, I apologize for losing footage, but you really didn't miss much. It was just a bunch of trainer battles. And I know I'm trying to show all the trainer battles, but I guess I didn't succeed at that. And Team Rocket is apparently trying to revive some fossils. A Rattata. Go Arcane. Karate Chop! Wow, that was really effective. Actually, that works out very nicely. And he's going to use a Zubat, so I guess Bulb is not going to evolve this time. But we will get some levels out of Kira now, so... Thunder Shock! It's super effective, but it didn't do all that much. The level difference is too great, Captain! No, it's really not. Especially since Zubat usually just no leech life. Taking them out isn't that much of a challenge. And we've defeated the Rocket Grunt! But not the sound lag, apparently. Hey, stop! I found these fossils. They're both mine. Don't be so selfish, dude. I don't even want your fossils. I'm just trying to get through. Okay, this is Super Nerd Miguel. If you have got a Butterfree, this will be an easy fight for you because he uses 2 poison types. But I do not, so I'm going to use Kira. Wow. Thunder Shock. Awesome, Grimer is paralyzed and may not be able to move. But it did move, and I don't want to lose Kira, so I'm going to use a potion. Disable! You cannot disable my potion, you fool! Thunder Shock. Pound. And another Thunder Shock! And another pound. And another I can just go back and forth like this all day, apparently. In part of the footage that I lost, actually, Kira actually got confused and hurt itself, and I find that very ironic, because a lot of these Pokemon are turning out the way that you know, the people I name them are turning out. And, you know, because Arcane is usually always the first one on the front runner, but usually gets hurt. Iris is hurting people with bad jokes, and Bulb is basically carrying the team through. So I kind of see them all as, you know, my fellow, you know, co-commentators at this point. And Jakara's a dick, like he is in real life. Jakara's a cool dude. And I'm sure he'll be a good Pokemon trainer. Hey, we have a coughing here. Coughing is another poison type. Again, if you have a psychic type move, this should be no problem to you. An earth type move won't work like it would with Grimer, only because coughing uses the move Levitate, but I don't know if this one has Levitate. Because I know it has another move, but oh well. Anyway, I'm going to use the Leech Seed and Tackle strategy that I've been doing so often. Ow. And I am victorious! Yeah. So cool. Anyway, the next Pokemon that he's going to send out is Voltorb, and the only one that's really resistant to it is Bulb. So I'm going to continue using Bulb. And I will continue using the whole Leech Seed strategy. Vine Whip. Defense. Okay, now Vine Whip. Wow, that did a lot of damage. That's some big damage. Anyway, apparently it's going to keep using Screech, which doesn't really affect my attack, so I guess that's kind of stupid on their part. And we are victorious. And we have defeated Super Nerd Miguel. What? Bulb is evolving! And the music is apparently off-key. Well, not by much. Anyway, my Bulb has evolved into an Ivysaur. So anyway, we each get to take one fossil. I want the Dome fossil. Only because I like Kabutops. I will have that fossil made into a Kabutops eventually. I don't have any potions, do I? Well, I was planning to go back and actually get a Nidoran so I could train it up. Because I did that in the last playthrough, but I guess I'm not going to be able to. I'm probably going to not get it until really later if I do this, but next time on Pokemon Fire Red, we'll go into Cerulean City. See you then. Okay, so I decided to get the Nidoran anyway. I went all the way through Mount Moon, went back, bought some repels, and then I came back to this exact spot to get my Nidoran. So sue me. Anyway, this will also show off my catching strategy for this. If I can't weaken it because it's a weak Pokemon, I'll probably use a move like Thunder Wave or Poison Powder. Wear down the opponent and then keep throwing Pokeballs at them. It's not a very great strategy, and I'll probably have to redo the legendaries a few times doing this. But in the long run, this will get me the Pokemon that I need in the game. Hey, I caught it on the first try! Nice! Nidoran male is more common in Fire Red. Nidoran female is more common in Leaf Green. And Jakara, if you're out there listening, I would suggest to get a Nidoran female, because I'm not. Very defensive Pokemon, great HM slave if you really want one. And I'm going to name it after Axel of Fates. Apparently I can't spell that name, but, well, you know. Well, it's going to be Axel of Fate, but, you know. Can't be exact. And he will be the 5th member of our team. I will probably pick up an HM slave later, but I'll see you guys then.